What's the biggest difference between Nick Saban and Kalen DeBoer? We're about to find out. I'm Ben Flanagan with AL.com. Welcome to Beat Everyone. And the NFL Draft is fast approaching, starting April 23rd in Pittsburgh, PA, and Alabama fans know all too well. It's really just another day for the Crimson Tide. And one of the names that we are really hoping to hear called as soon as possible is our guest today, linebacker for the University of Alabama, a key part of an outstanding defense in 2025 that went to the college football playoff, number 10, Justin Jefferson. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
So after these years of hard work, Justin, the blood, sweat, and tears, all the reps, the practices, the games, the hits that you've given, the hits that you've taken, what would it mean to hear your name called as an NFL draft pick?
Sure. It mean everything. I feel like anybody that's played football like to this level it's something that you've been grinding for and pushing for, and wishing for since you was shooting Little League, Pee Wee. So it means everything to have that I'm blessed with this opportunity to go through with my dreams and aspirations.
Yeah, we really only have an idea of how hard that you have had to work to get where you are in your career, and like how tough it must be to compete at a place like Alabama, which is the highest level of college football. But getting ready for the next level to play in the NFL, can you kind of take us through the ways that you've had to take that next step to prove that you have what it takes to play on Sundays?
It's a little different from just college preparation. You're on your own a lot, so just a lot of just time by myself working out, time by myself and on the field with trainers, shoot outside of Tuscaloosa. It's just a whole different process, and shoot something that I have to get accustomed to and have to learn to love.
Absolutely. Have you been spending any time with your Alabama teammates during this process?
Not really, not too much, not too often. But when I come home like I am now, I might see them here and there. But yeah, for sure, still a lot of love for them guys, and I miss them.
Justin, why did you decide to go to Alabama? I'm sure you had a lot of options, and we all know like what Alabama is, but the situation is different for everybody. Why was it right for you to come to Tuscaloosa and play here?
What really drew me to Alabama was just the competition level, the how hard it was, the just the. I feel like it was gonna help Alabama was gonna help me become the player that I always wanted to be, I always dreamed to be, and shoot just through Coach Saban, the competition level, just how hard how much of a challenge it was gonna be just to be able to come from JUCO to Bama. That really drew me to it.
What was it about Coach Saban? What was that recruitment like? What do you remember about those conversations where you finally just were convinced, okay, it's right in Alabama?
Coach Saban, I think I talked to him like one or two times, and it was just more how he would tell me how I was gonna have the chance to compete. And that's all I want, all the chance to compete for a starting job, chance to compete just in general. And that really drew me, and that was way different of a message than what everybody else was telling me. Everybody else telling me how I'm gonna come in, be an instant starter, get paid the most, all this. I'm like, it sound good, but Coach Saban over here telling me I'm gonna have a chance to come in and compete with some really good players and compete with some and compete for a spot to play for Alabama. I'm like, that might sound like the harder route, but that sounds like the best route for me, I feel like.
So you got a lot of competitive character, right? Like I know that Nick Saban, he talks a lot about that, or he did while he was coaching at Alabama. It's something that he finds a lot of value in players that you like to compete. That sounds right up your alley. What was it like when you got to Alabama and you started competing against guys who were at the level that you were at?
It felt good to me. It felt really good. It's fun. It's fun to me to have somebody to compete with, to have somebody to challenge me further, just to just to help me be a better player. Shoot, it's fun to me.
So how was it playing for Saban himself? Like, how would you describe him as a coach? What was y'all's relationship like when you were at Alabama?
Um, shoot, I wanted too much of just anything when I first got to Bama. So our relationship, shoot, it was just more, shoot. When I see him, I'd be like, "How you doing?" Shoot, 2-8. It wasn't too much of just like a real deep relationship, I'd say. But um, his coaching, just him as a coach, he just just hard nosed, cuss you out if you're doing wrong. Won't praise if you're doing right. Shoot, you always got to do better. Always got to be better, and he always wants the steady improvement for you.
Did you ever get cussed out by Nick Saban?
Yeah, most definitely.
What was that like?
Uh, it was, it was, I say it was cool. Like, it just was like, dog, Coach Saban yelling at me, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm getting yelled at by my coach. So, it just was cool. It never was something that just, I feel like, I wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like getting yelled at by your coach. That was my coach at the time, and I did something wrong, and he corrected me.
So he retired after the Rose Bowl. I want to hear your perspective on this. Take me through it. Like, were you a guy on the team who, and I'm sure everybody thought about this once Nick Saban left because you came to Alabama to play for him and he was your coach. But did you ever think about leaving Alabama? And when they hired Kalen DeBoer and Kane Womack comes in, like, what made you stay?
Um, I'm never nobody to jump ship. I'm never nobody to skip out on a challenge. I feel like I got there at Alabama, and Coach Saban leaving, I wouldn't feel like it's a fresh start, but I feel like I just got another opportunity to go be a starter. I feel like I was gonna be a starter with Coach Saban too, but just was a new opportunity, a new challenge, and just somewhere where I'm already at. I'm not gonna jump a ship. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna stick it out and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna adapt. I didn't really think about getting into the portal too much because I'm like, shoot, this is a spot is opening up for me at Alabama, at the University of Alabama. Shoot, I'm finna take it. Like, it's Alabama. I'd rather be here than anywhere else.
And y'all kind of had to start over, right, with a new head coach. I mean, there were guys who did leave and they looked for other opportunities. That must have been not scary is not the right word because the way that you embrace challenge and the way I'm sure your teammates did too. But what was that like thinking like, look, a lot of my teammates are gone now. We're kind of having to build from the bottom up again. And you guys rose to the occasion, had a good season, and it must have been kind of tricky with a first year head coach.
Nah, Coach DeBoer made it easy. He's definitely somebody that you would want to play for. Somebody that you would want to play for, and shoot, just like you said, it was just a challenge, and really, you can't think about anybody else's journey who hit the portal and this and that. You got to think about yourself and think about what you want to do, and think about how you can gain value for yourself. So, after everything happened, we looked around. We was like, hey, we gotta take our losses, but we gotta keep pushing. We got a bigger goal in mind.
Justin, you kind of mentioned it there a second ago. We've heard a lot of players like you and including like Ty Simpson, who's been doing a lot of interviews recently, they describe Kalen DeBoer as a player's coach. What did you like about playing for Kalen DeBoer the last couple of years?
Um, Coach DeBoer is just a really good person, really good man. I really really like how he cares about his players and wants the best for us.
Yeah, and I teased it earlier. I mean, two different guys, two different coaches and personalities. But to you, Justin, what was the biggest difference in playing for Nick Saban and then Kalen DeBoer?
Um, I say the biggest difference should I say just as a defensive coach and an offensive coach. You know, Offense is a little bit more protected now than what it was in the past. I'm a defensive player, so I'm a little biased, but I said that's a big difference.
How about Coach Womack? I mean, does he bring a similar level of intensity as a defensive coach?
Most definitely, most definitely. Coach Womack is definitely involved and definitely more more hard nosed and definitely like that pointed towards Coach Saban.
Justin, in 2025, I mean, you guys had such an awesome stretch where you beat 4 straight ranked SEC opponents. No team had ever done that before. So you guys made SEC history. So you go into Athens, you beat Georgia, which had to have been an awesome feeling. But I'm curious, the next game, y'all get another shot at Diego Pavia in Vanderbilt. Take me through that. Like, how hyped were you to get a little revenge after they pulled such a huge upset the year before?
I was definitely excited, especially because I didn't play 2 years ago versus Vandy. I was ready to play Vandy, and then just how much they were just talking mess. It was just fuel to the fire. That was giving us fuel. So I was definitely letting that fuel my play, and shoot, we was able to come out there with the victory.
So Vandy was doing some talking?
Oh, yeah, Pavia talks a lot. Shoot, I couldn't wait to see him too, to tell him I appreciate him, for allowing me to whoop on him like this, because he giving me another year.
Yeah, I mean, what was it like? Once you guys were on the field, it's like enough talk, enough hype. You're between the lines now, and you guys are ready to compete. That must have been a good feeling.
Most definitely. It's a good feeling every week, because everybody's gonna come with their A game, their best game, and they're gonna talk the most mess and hype themselves up to play the Bama. So it's always good to get in between the stripes with anybody with opposing colors, not wearing that crimson.
Yeah, and again, I mentioned like the awesome streak you guys went on. I mean, you were on a team that won the SEC title in 2023. Y'all went to the college football playoff, and y'all make it back to the SEC championship last year. You get back to the playoff. You in particular balled out against Oklahoma on the road in a crucial game, and then you guys play Indiana in the Rose Bowl, obviously against who's likely the number 1 overall pick in Fernando Mendoza. We all know how that game turned out, but I just want to know, like, through your eyes, what do you remember about the Rose Bowl this past year?
Man, I remember Indiana came out and played some good ball and put it to us. I ain't got nothing bad to say about them.
What was the difference, though? Like, why do you think they were able to have such success against you guys? Because you guys are such a talented defense. Y'all played at such a high level all year, and y'all had an incredible first series. Y'all went 3 and out. It seemed like you guys really set a tone for how that game was going to be, but then it seemed like Mendoza and Indiana, they just reached another level. Why do you think that happened?
Man, those guys were really disciplined, really play a real good team ball. Shoot, my hats off to them. I couldn't tell you just something that happened, something that clicked, something that just didn't, something that didn't take, or something like that. I'm not sure. They started playing really good ball. Even after the first series, they stayed poised, started playing really good ball. Shoot, my hats off to them. Shoot, they won. They kicked our tail for sure.
Well, I mean, it's pretty cool that you're humble about it. Sounds like you're a good sport about it, especially considering you guys had the season that y'all did. It was awesome that you guys were able to make the Rose Bowl, the college football playoff quarterfinal. You guys took another step from 2024 to 2025, and I think that fans are eager to see Alabama do that again. What do you think about Alabama's future with Coach DeBoer? I mean, y'all got closer last year. Why do you think Alabama can take the next step and reach a national championship level with him as the head coach?
And I just feel like they got to keep grinding, keep chipping at where we fall short and learn from every year. Shoot, I feel like we learned from the first year when we had Coach DeBoer, and it helped us be a little bit better for the next year. And I just hope that all the lessons and everything that we learned from last year, they taking it this year and just continue to grow and continue to be successful and continue to win and continue to hold out. Represent that script A. It means so much to everybody.
Well, I mean, if they're going to do it, he's got a big decision to make. I've got to ask you, Justin, about quarterback. You spent your career sacking these guys. Ty Simpson is off to the NFL. Coach DeBoer's got a tough decision to make. Like I said, give me your take on Keelan Russell and Austin Mack. Which way is this thing going to go?
I couldn't tell you. I really like Austin Mack, gunslinger. I really like Keelan Russell. shoot, just two good QBs. I feel like it's gonna be a good old fashioned, competition in the room. Whoever's the best man gonna win. And shoot, like I said, I play defense. My focus is on stopping them guys, not about who gonna play. Shoot, I don't care. If I was still playing, I wouldn't care. But both of them guys are really good players, and shoot, I'm proud of the leaps and strides they're making to become, that starter for Alabama, and really uphold shoot that the standard and just what this script they means and brings. So I feel like it's gonna be a good old competition, good old battle. Shoot, I can't wait to see myself. I don't play. I'm in the draft now. I don't play for Bama no more, so I couldn't. I don't know.
Just one more Alabama question, real quick. Justin, I mean, speaking of the other side of the ball, defense, where you play the unit, a lot of your former teammates are still on the team. They're loaded in some of the positions. They've got some new guys in there. But I'm curious, like one of your former teammates you think might break out in 2026. It can be a linebacker, any position, but maybe everybody doesn't know his name right now, but they will in the fall.
I feel like there's a lot of talented people on our defense. A lot of talent that's still there. You still got Bray Hug, Keon Sapp, D. John Lee. We got a lot of everybody, and everybody know they good. But I feel like a new face is gonna come up for some reason. Someone that keeps just resonating with me that he's gonna make a mark. I like Luke Metz and QB Reese.
Awesome. I know fans will look forward to that. Well, in a quick draft question, I mean, what are you looking forward to most about the draft itself? Again, like all the work that you've put in, I'm sure like hearing your name is the obvious answer, but like what's something that you've always looked forward to about being a part of the NFL draft?
There's nothing just so a specific part that I'm just looking forward to. I'm looking forward to get my name called. I come from real humble beginnings, so just to be able to say my name is gonna get called, so I'm blessed and ecstatic, and I just can't wait. I'm more ready for the after, because to me it really doesn't matter. Like if wherever my name get called, whoever I go to, I'm just ready for the after and get to where I'm going and the new challenges and new competition that's gonna bring from there. I can't. I'm just excited to get going in my new direction.
All right, Justin, before we get you out of here, some quick hitters and we'll let you go and we'll make this quick. Who was your favorite NFL team growing up?
Everybody in Memphis either Cowboys or Steelers fan. I was a Steelers fan.
Okay. What SEC team did you hate the most?
I hate the most.
Yeah.
Um, I would never say hate, but
That like competitive hate, right? Like that fun sort of sports type thing. Dislike the most, like competing against the most.
man, honestly, it's so many rivalries going to Bama. Shoot. I have to say Tennessee, because Tennessee, my mom, when we lost to Tennessee at Tennessee, man, my mom was like, man, we needed security trying to get out of there. And I'm like, oh man, they didn't. That's crazy.
Who was your favorite teammate at Alabama if you had to pick one?
My favorite teammate,
Yeah.
shoot, Swarm D.
Toughest Alabama teammate that you lined up against at practice?
At practice. Mm, I had to say T Book, or J.C. Latham, or Caden Proctor, one of the old linemen.
Yeah, maybe you line up against these guys in the NFL. All right, favorite game you played in?
Favorite game I played in. Um, I say I say the 4th and 31. Even though I really didn't play that much, just the fact that I witnessed some crazy stuff like that was very cool.
So when Bond comes down with that ball, what goes through your and your teammates' heads?
Oh, we won! Yes, just like that.
That was
That's it.
that was unbelievable. Favorite road stadium you've played in?
favorite road stadium. I say the loudest to me was either when we played Texas A&M when I first got there, or Tennessee last year.
All right, just a
Georgia.
couple more and we're done. If you didn't go to Alabama, well, you went to Alabama, you know the career that you had. It's in the past, but if you hadn't gone to Alabama, where would you have gone?
I don't know. My mama really liked Tennessee, and my mama liked Florida. I don't know.
It's Alabama or nothing for you then. Okay. All right, last one, Justin. Who's your all-time favorite Alabama linebacker?
Oh, shoot, 10.
Reuben Foster?
Most definitely.
Why Reuben Foster?
I couldn't tell you. I remember when I first it was my senior year when I first wore number 10. And I was like, cause my coach asked me, it was like, do you want to wear number 1 or 10 is available too? I was like, 1, I don't like 1 for real. Leave me 10. And I think just from me watching so much, like just highlights and stuff with linebackers, just in college and in the league, I seen 10 a lot. I seen Reuben Foster a lot. And I didn't know it at the time, but I was like, man, this Reuben Foster, just watching him more and then coming to Bama and just seeing him more around the thing. I was like, man, I remember watching him growing up, like literally, like watching his film, watching what he doing, how he doing it. Shoot, I'm wearing that 10. That's fresh to me. So yeah.
He was an awesome player. Some similarities in your game, that lateral speed, man, the way you guys follow the ball. It was awesome to watch you play, Justin, and you created a lot of highlights yourself. This was awesome to talk to you. Like I said, linebacker at Alabama for several years. Alabama fans know it. We wish you the best ahead of what we hope is a life-changing experience for you, and we appreciate the time. Justin Jefferson, thanks again.
Most definitely. I appreciate you. Thank you.